So I've been meaning to get this video out now for a couple weeks, but unfortunately sometimes life just happens. But now life is all taken care of, and now it's time for me to give you my 2 cents on 2 fragrances. One coming from Ministry of Oud, and that's Thailand Oud in CAIRO. And the other one coming from Amir, and this is You're Drugged. Both come from the brand Paris Corner, but these are 2 brands that lie in the house of Paris Corner. One is really good, and one is freaking fantastic. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned. So cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family? I hope each and every one of you are doing phenomenal today, and welcome back to My 2 Cents. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. All right, got another new intro for you today, so go ahead and leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll have another new one out for you tomorrow. But we are not here to talk about my intro. No, what we're here to talk about is Paris Corner. So the kind folks over at Paris Corner reached out to me and they're like, hey, would you like to pick a couple fragrances that, you know, maybe put your 2 cents on? And I said, yeah, of course, because I've already purchased quite a few Paris Corner fragrances. I have Charuto, Tobacco Vanille. I also have a Ministry of Oud, Oud Satin. So they let me pick out, you know, fragrances that maybe I would like. And I picked out Ministry of Oud, Thailand Oud in CAIRO, and then also Amir, You're Drugged. Now, I guess you can figure out why I picked this one. Well, yeah, because of the name. I guess you can't name a fragrance Rohypnol, and you probably should never do that because that's terrible. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried anything from Ministry of Oud or Amir or anything else from Paris Corner. Let me know what your thoughts on these are, because I'm always curious about your 2 cents. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking and we're going to go ahead and get into today's whiffs and sniffs. So we're going to start out with Ministry of Oud. And this one is going to be Thailand Oud in CAIRO. Here's the box. Here's the back of the box. Here's all the legal information on the bottom of the box, but who cares about the box? Now here's the bottle. It's a really thick glass. I mean, extremely thick glass. There's nothing on the bottom there. All your batch code information is on the box. Plastic cap. It's a little cheap, but I mean, it's got some heft behind it. And then decent atomizer. Now, a lot of these Ministry of Oud fragrances are obviously I think they're clones, they're dupes. I know they have like Oud for they have a clone of Oud for Greatness, of course Oud Satin Mood, and so on and so forth. Now let's get into this fragrance. I'll leave the notes right up here for you, and let's get to whiffing and sniffing. Okay, so I really like Thailand Oud in CAIRO. You actually get, whether or not it's synthetic or natural Oud, a quite natural smelling Oud in it. It's spicy. You have a little bit of bergamot up top, just giving it a little bit of a sour quality mixing in with that oud, but not sour in an off-putting way. Lots of spices. I get saffron, I get some leathery qualities in here. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon, black pepper, definitely predominant in the saffron, and a lot of cedar as well. Further, as this dries down, I get a bunch of cedar. Now, it kind of gives me a bit of that dry down from Royal Oud from Creed, but I don't exactly know if that's what they were trying to dupe. Honestly, I don't know. I have not exactly smelled something just like this, but I really enjoy the oud qualities in this. It actually smells quite natural smelling. You get a nice sweetness, almost a nice sour quality coming from the oud, a nice woodiness from the oud, and then you get those really nice spices. It's quite fresh. There is an underlying like rosy quality, maybe some jasmine in there as well, and some other florals, but it's predominantly based around woods and spices. And it's really nice. Now, Thailand Oud in CAIRO is an oud fragrance that I could see myself rocking during the spring and summer because it's not heavy. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more effervescent, if that makes sense. It's got a nice bright quality to it. But the way that it's blended, it's something that I could see myself rocking, you know, on summer evenings. I wouldn't necessarily wear this through like, you know, the mid heat of the day because it could be a little bit too much, but it'd be a great night out type of fragrance. You also get a nice patchouli in here as well as it starts drying down. Some underlying musks really just helping support that oud, the cedar. But as it fully dries down, what you're gonna be left with is a really nice cedar heavy, musky, spicy fragrance. But it's nice and clean. It's not harsh, it's not brash. Even though it's probably a little synthetic, which is okay, it's blended very well. Now these bottles, you can find them at discounters, or you can just go straight over to Paris Corner's website. I do believe these are actually quite reasonable, even at full retail, in that $50, $60 range for 100 ml. I'll leave all the information for Paris Corner down in the description, so if you are interested, you can go check them out. Performance is good. I get about 6 hours of longevity out of it. Not a huge projector after the first hour, hour and a half. Spicy, woody, oody. What else could you ask for? So if you like oud and maybe you're trying to, segue yourself into oud fragrances, I definitely suggest checking out Ministry of Oud, Thailand Oud, and CAIRO. Now I said one of these was really good, and that is Ministry of Oud. This next one is freaking fantastic. So this is also Paris Corner, but this is one of their brands. It's a mirror, and this is You're Drugged. There's the back. Bottle sits right in here. But again, who cares about the box? And here's the bottle. Freaking awesome presentation. I really, really like this presentation. You got this little gold tassel right here. This one does have a sticker on the bottom with your batch code information and your other info. Nice hefty metal cap. Also on the top of their bottles, you can see on their atomizers, it says Paris Corner. And really good atomizers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the notes right up here for you. Let's get to whiffing and sniffing. Now, if you are a fan of Killian's Intoxicated, or you are familiar with Killian's Intoxicated, You're Drugged has a lot of the same similarities. But this is why I like You're Drugged. First of all, it's cheaper. Second of all, I love the opening. It's effervescent. Now this has cardamom in it, and that cardamom gives it this effervescent feel, a nice sweetness, a slight spiciness. You're gonna get nutmeg in here. You're gonna get cinnamon. I also get a nice boozy vanilla in this as well, because from right off the bat, it reminds me of Frangelico, or more like grind rum. I don't know if you've ever tried it. Let me know. Leave me a comment down below if you have. But grind rum is an espresso infused rum. It's got that booziness. It's got that sweetness. It's got that effervescent quality. Maybe a little bit of lavender and jasmine in here as well. I definitely get the cardamom. I definitely get the coffee, and the coffee is nice. It's adding a sweetness to it. Also a slight bitter quality. But the cardamom, man, the way that they did the cardamom it's almost mind-blowing. I love the way the cinnamon, the nutmeg are done in this as well, because you get that nice spiciness. And that booziness sticks around for about 10-15 minutes, and then it kind of settles down more into the coffee. You're getting still that sweetness and bitter quality coming from the coffee and the chocolate, the cardamom, the nutmeg, adding that spicy quality, the cinnamon as well. But like I said, I also get a nice florality, maybe a little lavender and jasmine sitting in the heart. Full dry down, I get some ICO Super, and I'm left with that nice cardamom, the nice spices, a slight sweetness coming from vanilla, but I absolutely adore You're Drugged. I really think this is a spectacular fragrance, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and pat myself on the back for deciding to pick this one, because I think it's phenomenal. Honestly, even at full retail, I think these are $77, somewhere around there. Even at $100 for 100 ml, I'd pick it up. For 120 bucks, I'd pick it up. Straight up. Because it is very similar to Killian's Intoxicated. It's a little bit more bright. It's also a little bit more long lasting. It's a little bit more projecting. Now, I don't own Killian's Intoxicated. Dave Cali over at Cali's Groom Room, I believe that's one of his favorite Killian fragrances. I think he would love this. Love it. And if you are a fan of that DNA and you're looking at maybe preserving your bottle for a little bit longer, and you want something that will, do the same thing for you, You're Drugged. I get great projection within the first couple hours, and then it sits closer to the skin. Longevity wise, I get 8-9 hours of longevity. You're Drugged would be great as a hit in the town, going out type of fragrance. It'd be great for those summertime evenings out. It'd be great for the springtime evenings out. I know that we're not completely in the summer yet, but here in Tennessee, I'm sweating my balls off every single day. It's hot, super hot. But Amir, You're Drugged. Fantastic fragrance. Fantastic. Simplistic note breakdown. Not a, complicated fragrance whatsoever. It just smells downright stinking good. I went live yesterday with an unaveraged Joe. I sent him a sample of this and I loved seeing his reaction to it. He loved this one. I'm going to go ahead and leave a card right up here so you can go check out that live. But I gotta say, both of these fragrances are really good. If I had to pick between the two, I would definitely get You're Drugged. Like I said before, I will leave all the info down below so you can go check out Paris Corner. They have a huge library full of fragrances. I really enjoy Oud Satin. It's similar to Oud Satin Mood, but it's not quite there. But it's still a really good fragrance. I also really enjoy Charuto Tobacco Vanille, which is a very, 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 very close clone to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. They didn't really think outside the box when naming it, but these days, who needs to? But that is it for me today, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried Ministry of Oud, Thailand Oud in CAIRO, or if you have tried Amir, You're Drugged. Both by the House of Paris Corner. Let me know your thoughts on Paris Corner. And if there are any other fragrances from Paris Corner or any fragrances at all that you would like me to get my nose on, just let me know. Drop me a comment down below. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's content, then do me a favor. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.